Senator Javier Ejecito confirmed in an interview with ABS-CBN News that him, together with Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, had talks with French and Spanish officials including shipbuilders Naval Group and Navantia regarding potential supply of ships, both new and used, for the Philippine Coast Guard and Philippine Navy, during their recent trips to Spain and France. Used ships are now being considered due to the immediate need for these assets as the situation in the West Philippine Sea deteriorates due to China's aggressive actions. Max Defense have been pushing for the consideration of used assets due to the urgency, as brand new ships will take 3 to 5 years to build and hand over, which Senator Ejecito also acknowledged. So far, France have shown that they can sell their existing ships to anyone who has the money to pay for them, like what their recent deals with Morocco and Egypt, where the French Navy gave up some of their FREMM-class frigates to speed up delivery. Both Spain and France are in the process of replacing some of their ships, but we are concerned on the age of these assets as they are not slightly used, but really old ships that need replacements. Examples include France's Floreal and Aviso-class patrol vessels. The ships that are possibly best to discuss with both countries are France's Lafayette-class light frigates, some of which are scheduled for retirement soon, as well as Spain's Santa Maria-class frigatea, which are essentially Oliver Hazard Perry-class frigates. Both ships are more applicable for the Philippine Navy. As for the PCG, there are several civilian ships in the market within Europe which may meet certain requirements for patrol, search and rescue, or even for resupply and utility roles. Too bad that the defense relations between the Philippines and Italy have not been back to where it was since the cancellation of the Philippine Navy's procurement of 2 refurbished Maestrale-class frigates. Italy is one of the countries with several capable ships ready for sale, and has even offered to sell under-construction ships for the Italian Navy to other countries. Italy recently offered to sell some of their Thayan di Revel-class ocean patrol vessels to Indonesia, and while these are designated as OPVs, their most capable variants are even more powerful than frigates due to their sensors and firepower. While Senator Ejecito mentioned Japan, he did not mention anything else aside from thanking them for supplying new ships to the PCG. But the Philippines should look at the Japan Coast Guard as well, as they might have used ships that they could transfer or sell to the PCG, like those they provided to Malaysia. Not to mention the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force on its way to replace several of its ships as it introduces new Megami-class and next-generation frigates. It is worth remembering that a few weeks before, former Philippine Coast Guard Commander Admiral Timio Abu told lawmakers that the Philippine Coast Guard needed at least 15 large sea vessels, while the Philippine Coast Guard's modernization procurement plan published in 2023 called for 10 sea vessels. So far, the Philippine Coast Guard has depended on grants and development assistance from other countries, which has been a slow process to build the capacity of the Philippine Coast Guard despite a rapid increase in manpower over the past few years. The government should start using its own money to build new ships, preferably from local builders, although using proven foreign designs. This will allow faster acquisition of ships and give local shipbuilders opportunities in government shipbuilding programs. In previous news, we discussed the Philippine Coast Guard's desire to acquire additional multi-role response vessels, specifically the Teresa Magbanua class from Japan. This desire is now confirmed when the leadership of this maritime law enforcement agency now reports that they will now prepare 5 additional multi-role response vessels, announced by the new chief of the Philippine Coast Guard on the 19th that the Philippine Coast Guard is expected to receive an additional 5 large patrol vessels from Japan over the coming years.